Band-Aid gang, good evening. Welcome to the live. I want to thank everybody for coming in. We're going to get ready to get this live started. For those that don't know, man, it's been some sad days in America when it comes to this DOJ, this Department of Justice. Now, we're going to go over a couple of things. When you come in, please hit the like button. Shouts out to the replay gang. I'm C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying, and I said, damn. Now, don't forget we got part 2, because everybody got to realize that Les Wexner plays a heavy part in this Epstein file, so we're definitely not going to let his situation go. So we will be doing the reviews. We've been going real heavy over here on this channel, covering a lot of information. We got 3 lined up, so our weekend is going to be real busy, Band-Aid gang. I had to pump fake on them because you know how YouTube been playing with these channels. But how can we let this Department of Justice do what they are doing to the American citizens by not releasing these files? So we're going to cover this, gang. Let's go.
There are growing questions this hour about dozens of records that appear to be missing from the Epstein files. According to a CNN review, those records in question are FBI witness interviews, and 3 of the missing interviews are related to a woman who accused both Jeffrey Epstein and President Trump.
A 13-year-old woman. Why aren't we taking this seriously? All jokes aside, we need to take this seriously and hand over the files, gang. Hand over the rest of the files. Why are they holding on to the rest of the files?
Sexually assaulting her decades ago. The top Democrat on the Oversight Committee is among those expressing concern.
I went to the DOJ file search room yesterday to look for these documents that are in the manifest document, and they should be in there, and they're not there.
We begin tonight with the disappearance of federal evidence. Dozens of FBI records from the investigation.
It's not disappearing, they still have them. They're not, they have not disappeared, gang. Don't be fooled. They still have them. We're not gonna let everybody say they disappeared.
Of Jeffrey Epstein are missing. They are gone from the public database released by the Department of Justice. Among those missing records are specific witness interviews. These interviews detail allegations of sexual assault. The accused is Donald Trump. We are going to look at the documents that exist. We will look at the documents that vanished. We will look at the law that demands their release. Here, play this clip.
So what do we do if we don't demand a release? They're doing it right in our face. This is breaking the law. I hope everybody paid attention to my title, gang. Double tap the screen and hit the like button. What's up? See you. This is breaking the law completely. And no one is taking action, and we still don't have the rest of the Epstein files. Why? Now y'all gonna clearly see that these pages are dated by a number, so they know that this is missing, but they have not taken action. Let's go, gang.
The CNN investigative team have taken a look into these records, and they found that there are dozens of files that are missing. And the way that they were able to do this is they looked at the serial numbers that were on an evidence log provided to Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. And looking at those serial numbers, discovered that there were dozens of them missing, and these all relate to 302s. That's the FBI form for witness interviews. And there are 325 included on that list, but there are 90 of them missing.
The President of the United States and his administration claim that the allegations regarding Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump are entirely untrue. The White House explicitly states these claims are false.
Donald Trump's name is mentioned the most. So why haven't we taken action? With Donald Trump's name mentioned the most in the Epstein files, they sitting there letting this man get away with this. What type of bloodline superstitious shit that they got going on in America, y'all? Double tap my screen. What type of superstitious stuff do they got going on in America, y'all? Over 1 million files are missed. 3 million are missing. They just holding on to them, gang, and we just sitting right here and not doing anything about it. Not protesting about it. At some point, we're going to have to stand up and fight and get what we want.
The Department of Justice officially insists that no documents have been deleted and that they have produced all responsive documents according to the law. That is a lie. The claim of complete transparency is a lie. The claim that every responsive document has been presented to the public is a lie. The documentary evidence
They should be in jail. They should be hauled out of that White House and be in jail. That's where they need to be, in handcuffs. They need to stop everything they're doing. There shouldn't have been no State of the Union speech. Tell me why they was allowed to have a State of the Union speech. For what? You had people up in there crying. That man did not speak and apologize to none of the Epstein survivors.
Evidence proves the administration is withholding federal
What's up,
records.
Damon? I see you.
The administration is concealing specific witness testimonies. Here, play this clip.
And the answer is no, it's not. They are not responding to the law. And at this point, I think it appears clearer and clearer every day that they are knowingly violating and willful.
And it make you feel like all of them are in it. See, that's why we pay attention. We keep in the algorithms the lives that I'm going to give you. I told you I got something up my sleeve, and what I do is create these lives to make sure everybody understand where we coming from. This is crazy what is going on in America. It makes you think that the whole damn Republicans are in the Epstein files. These people that are in those positions are all allegedly in the Epstein files. Hand them over. Hand them over. Hold them accountable for what they have done in this country. See, what it is, like I said, the Illuminati has been exposed.
They violating the law that we passed, that Donald Trump signed into law, requiring them to turn over every responsive document. And I want to be clear, just to clarify two things that I think you alluded to. One, Donald Trump is accused of sexually assaulting a child in those memos that you mentioned.
So you're telling me that has no matter in America? That has no serious matters and action should not be taken? What about the children, man? This is the future. The children are our future. But you destroying these children? Missing children? See, we gonna do them all type of ways when I take y'all. Once I drag, I'm going to drag Les Wexner tomorrow. And I'm gonna take y'all. See, I gotta warm you up, Band-Aid gang. I have to warm the team up. Make sure y'all double tap that screen. We got 37 people in the live. Yes, show some love, y'all. Double tap the screen. And all the new people, make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe to this channel. See, when we hit them with that Lex Wexner, we already have part 1. We got part 2, part 3, right? So I can definitely lead you into how these people brought on COVID-19, how they were trying to make star children and populate the world with Jeffrey Epstein's seeds to continue to have the Illuminati and put the same people that come from that bloodline in the office. Like Pam Bondi, Cash, Les Wexner, and so forth. See, Hillary Clinton have nothing to do with nothing to talk about. We don't want to hear from Hillary Clinton. We don't want to hear from Bill Clinton. We want to hear from Donald Trump.
Let us define the exact lie being told to the American public. The White House released a formal statement regarding the allegations of sexual assault against Donald Trump. The White House stated the allegations are false and sensationalist. Furthermore, the White House pointed to a previous statement from the Department of Justice.
Hit that like button, double tap
That
the screen.
Justice Department statement declared that some of the documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims against President Trump.
But you know the crazy part, like when you look at a document, those documents have a number to identify how many's missing. And it's right in their goddamn face, Band-Aid gang. And they not doing nothing about it. They done brought to the light that these documents that you can tell that there's some missing. And we can't get the president on the chopping block. We cannot get this president on the chopping block, gang. They're not stopping anything. Tell me, why was there a State of the Union speech? Huh? Tell me why his arrogant tail did not have respect enough to start off that State of the Union speech with apologizing to the survivors. Now, see, if you came out, Donald Trump, and apologized to the survivors, even though we know that you don't really care, it would have made you look a lot better. But see, the Most High got something for you. See, they done lied so much that they can't clean it up. Double tap my screen. Let's get these do them all type of ways.
Lie is the assertion of full compliance. A spokesperson for the Department of Justice stated on the record that they have not deleted anything. The spokesperson stated that, as they have always said, all documents responsive were produced. The Department of Justice claims any documents not...
This is what this man hit this young lady in the head and forced her, allegedly, to do fellatio on him. This man has admitted numerous times that he liked young women, gang. This man is a felon, and he's the president. Again, this ain't showing y'all that this is a bloodline. This is not showing you guys this man was put in a position by our United States government, and allegedly all of them are involved. I'm not gonna say more. Bill Clinton shouldn't be off the chopping block too. All these people were trying to flip their money and hide their money, and at the same time, they got blackmailed by Jeffrey Epstein. Let's go.
Included in the massive public release were simply duplicates, privileged materials, or part of an ongoing federal investigation. That is the stated defense. The administration claims total adherence to the law mandating the release of the Epstein files. The evidence proves this assertion is undeniably false. Here, play this clip.
Now, we went to the White House with this. They said that these are false allegations and it's just sensationalist. The Justice Department said that they have not deleted any documents, and that they said that if there are documents that are not on the...
You haven't deleted any documents, but you haven't handed them over. That don't make no sense, gang, and they doing it right in our face. You haven't released any documents, but there was none playing with. Why you just getting people half of the documents so you can clean them up? Let's go.
Public website. That's either because they were duplicates, privileged, or part of an ongoing...
Did y'all hear what she said? Privileged. Did y'all hear what you said? Just like Damon said in the chat. Privileged. Privileged. Let's go, gang.
We have seen with the release of these records on the public website that sometimes documents are there, they're taken down, then they're put back up.
We now turn to the forensic evidence. We must examine what the available source documents prove and what they do not prove. An evidence log was provided to attorneys for Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell before her 2021 sex trafficking trial. This log lists serial numbers for approximately 325 FBI witness interview records. More than 90 of those records are missing from the Department of Justice website. Over a quarter of the list is not there. The missing records include over 50 pages of investigative materials related to one specific woman. This woman called an FBI hotline on July 10th, 2019.
Now here's the thing, gang. What trips me out the most about this, when you got a survivor like that, and I always wonder, like, when you go through something like that, like becoming a survivor or going through something that tragic, I would go straight to the police station and just wouldn't care. Keep the police with me. Keep the police with me. I want the police to come right there with me. I'm telling anyway. Because if they I'm sure that Epstein and Trump know who exactly told on him. So she might as well just come on out. She might as well just come on out, because I'm sure they know who this person was.
Days after Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, FBI agents interviewed her 2 weeks later. According to the release summary document, the woman told agents Epstein repeatedly abused her, starting when she was 13 years old in South Carolina. She was provided with alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine. Epstein flew her to New York City and brought her to gatherings with wealthy men. A 2025 FBI presentation lists prominent names related to Epstein. This file includes the allegation from this woman that...
Did y'all hear that, y'all? They had this lady on all type of cocaine, alcohol, just to take advantage of this young woman. just to take advantage, to push her head down. And no one in America is concerned and don't think that Donald Trump don't owe this country an explanation on how our country is allegedly in debt. But we see what these people were doing with the money, laundering billions of dollars, gang. We ain't talking about millions of dollars. We talking about billions of dollars. We talking about starting pandemics, underground tunnels. See, that's why I'm going to do Les Wexner all type of ways. See, all my people said that we got to get you to do another, finish up the review on it, because I was pinpointing them. I'm be saying the things that people need to see in order to put this whole case together. I just ran this today because it's breaking news. But I already got a timeline lined up for my gang. Y'all know how we do it. Please double tap the screen. Show respect to the channel. Thank you guys for coming.
Donald Trump forced her to perform oral sex and struck her in the head. The assault allegedly occurred between 1983 and 1985. The FBI conducted 4 interviews with this woman. The evidence logs show 3 additional interview records and notes. None appear in the public files. This proves the records exist. This does not prove the underlying allegations are true, as the FBI summary notes the victim ultimately refused to cooperate. If evidence is unclear, we state it. It proves the documents are missing. Here, play this clip.
Not the full files. I do believe that some were destroyed previously. And I say that because in January of last year, when I was the only member of Congress that was pushing for the release of these files.
That's the only thing we can think about, Band-Aid Gang, is at this point is either they're destroyed or we'll never get them. So that's what you call breaking the law. Did y'all read the title? They broke the law, gang. And if we let them get away with that damn near tell you, gang, this world coming to an end real soon. Real soon. What's next? Martial law? What's next? The man is already taking bombs and ready to go to war with Iran for nothing. Just to cover up the Illuminati, the secret society. See this man right here, gang? That's the devil. That's the devil. This man sit up here and eating people, allegedly eating children. These people got tunnels under houses. It's millions of missing children. This man laundered people money and extorted them, extorted the whole United States of America. Had these people give him certain documents, pure blackmail. Pure blackmail, gang. How do you succeed with what he did with such powerful people? You know why? Because he had all type of dirt on him. And you know what the dirt was? Because if it was just regular dirt, right, gang? Go ahead and face your problems. But it's not regular dirt. It had to do with children. Underage children. Underage children. Missing children. See, they was doing it all along. This has been happening for centuries. Do you hear me? For centuries. It's just that they got popped. You can only do dirt up under the sun for so long before justice bites you in your ass. Now let's go, Band-Aid Gang.
We actually had a whistleblower come forward. I actually introduced legislation because of that. I even forwarded this finding to the FBI for investigation that there was destruction of evidence. And so it'll probably require a longer segment, but I will say that there have been redactions that we've come across. I've looked at the files for a number of hours. Whenever we flag those files, they are immediately then unredacted, but there has...
We must analyze the power and control dynamics surrounding this missing evidence. The Department of Justice controls the flow of information. They hold the exclusive power to redact documents. They hold the power to publish or withhold files.
Donald Trump put all those people in position to help him with this cover-up because he knew. Let me tell you how you know it's the Illuminati. They knew that even if Donald Trump was not in office, that he was going to be locked up. So they put him back in office because the Illuminati is what runs our government. A secret society. So they had to put him back in office. Don't that show you that the government been having something to do with this? Whether it's Republican or Democrat. See, that's just the camouflage. That's just the smoke screen. But all of them have been doing this. This is why they are allowing this to happen. That's why you getting bits and pieces. You got people that look like they fighting, but ask yourself this question. Are they really fighting? Or are they just part of the cover-up too? And they know that this is possibly not happening. So it's the people against the government. And see, they done got rid of all the powerful leaders that we had that could speak up for us. They're gone. There's no real voices, no stand-up voices, stand-out voices. Who they gonna get that to? Don Lemon? He ain't powerful enough to make the people unite and stand up. You know the only people that's uniting, that's making us stand up right now? The victims. The women. The women got more balls than the men right now. Did I mention that? I must have left that part out. But we gonna do everything in our power to speak the truth into existence and go on them, go hard on them, so hard when I go hard on them, y'all. And this is just to recap and get y'all fresh out on what has just hit the streets. But this weekend, we about to do them all type of ways. Double tap that screen, y'all.
Exercising complete control over the narrative of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Burying missing records inside 3 million pages is an exercise of institutional power. The victim in this case demonstrated a clear fear of this power imbalance. During her FBI interview, the woman showed agents a photograph of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein together. Her attorney explicitly stated she was concerned about implicating additional individuals due to fear of retaliation. She requested that Donald Trump's image be cropped out of the photo. A victim of sexual assault fears the retaliation of powerful men. The government then uses its institutional power to withhold the exact documents detailing her allegations.
Sorry, what he said, they use their power, their privilege. This has never happened in America. With this type of act happening, it should have been knocked out the box straight off the rip. This is not happening. It ain't never happened. Knocked it off the rip. But see, this not ever happening because the whole time this government have been covering up their dirt, taking millions of dollars, raising taxes on us, and taking all of our money. And don't even go fully decorate the houses. Did y'all see what Jeffrey Epstein's house looked like? Did y'all see how messy these people really live with all this money? I said, damn, let's go.
Against the most powerful man in the country. The Department of Justice attorneys maintain complete leverage over what the public is allowed to see. The strongest defense argument belongs to the Department of Justice. They argue that the release process complied fully with legal requirements. They claim the missing documents are either duplicates, protected by privilege, or part of an ongoing federal investigation.
They said that the missing documents was duplicates, gang. Tell me that ain't no dope fiend move right there. That right there is desperate. The missing ones was double. We just had double. They telling you that it was double. So the count they had was wrong. That's impossible. That is impossible. Because at the bottom, they were numbers that counted how many it was. So you telling me that they gonna sit up here and tell us, Band-Aid gang, like we stupid, that they was doubles? The documents was doubles? Who the hell they think they talking to? Come on, America.
They argue some files might be located elsewhere in the database without their serial numbers. We will now dismantle this using the law and the sources.
Now watch this.
The law mandates the agency publish its files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Representative Dave Min confirms oversight staff reviewed the requests. They found fully half of the 3 million documents have not been turned over.
They already knew what they had, though. They already knew what they had by count. They already knew. We got to speak up on this. We got to keep covering this. We got to let these people know what is happening. The people that's able to get out there and stand and protest, we have to do something now.
He stated the missing documents are clearly responsive to the law. Representative Anna Paulina Luna confirmed a whistleblower came forward last year alleging the destruction of evidence by the FBI. Documents cannot be duplicates or privileged if they are intentionally hidden or destroyed. Withholding over 90 witness interviews.
See, this is my thing, gang. They make up shit as they go. When they come up with some shit that could be privileged. You see what I'm saying? Privilege, that's a new law. Put a 1 in the chat if you always knew about this privilege thing. Put a 2 in the chat if you ain't never heard of no privilege having to do with anything that has to do with a motherfucker getting their ass in trouble. I said, damn. Tell me, put a 2 in the chat if you've never heard of this privilege thing. We ain't never heard of no privilege shit. When do you get, that don't even sound right. We get the privilege. We get the, what? I said, damn. We ain't never heard of no privilege shit. Until now. Until now. Hit that like button. Double
violates the core mandate of the disclosure law. The Justice Department cannot claim compliance while simultaneously shielding specific interviews about the president. Let us conduct legal education on the documents in question. The missing files are known as 302 forms. A 302 form is an official document used by FBI agents to summarize interviews. When an agent speaks to a witness, they type a formal report. This report lays out exactly what the interviewee told the agent.
Exactly.
It does not contain the agent's personal opinions or outside corroborating evidence. It is a strictly factual record of the conversation. In federal criminal investigations, the 302 form is essential. If a case goes to federal court, the 302 form is used to prepare for trial. It ensures witnesses tell the same story on the stand that they told to the FBI. Without the 302 forms, there is no official record of the investigation. If you remove the 302 forms, you remove the foundation of the federal probe. When the law requires the Department of Justice to release investigation files, the 302 forms are the most critical files in the database. Hiding a 302 form is hiding the testimony itself.
Bingo.
Based on the evidence and the handling of these federal records, I offer my professional judgment on responsibility and fitness. The leadership of the Department of Justice is demonstrating a profound lack of fitness for federal law enforcement.
Exactly.
Willfully suppressing documents to protect a political figure is a fundamental breach of prosecutorial ethics.
Did y'all hear that?
Attorney General Pam Bondi.
That's period breaking the law. You broke the law. So where's the judge? Where's the judges? The judges is giving them time too, because the judges is on the payroll too. See, everybody on this payroll, gang. Everybody is on the payroll. And that's what everybody not understanding. They giving these people enough time, even as we speak right now, to get rid of these documents. And they have got rid of these documents. Right in our face. Every day America is exposing Donald Trump. And we have not got any justice for these young women who are survivors, and the young women and men that are missing. And even men were sexually harassed and trapped by our United States government. And when you look at this, this is a whole prostitution ring. A bunch of pimping and paying for women for your own sexual gratification. I said, damn.
Reportedly told Donald Trump he was in the Epstein files. Following that, reports indicate Justice Department attorneys were directed to redact and hide documents containing his name.
There we go.
This behavior disqualifies them from impartial administration of justice. The deliberate removal of over 50 pages of specific investigative materials regarding a sexual assault allegation is not a clerical error. It is an intentional act of obstruction. Those responsible for ordering the redactions and the withholding of these specific 302 forms are failing their professional duties. They are unfit to manage federal records. This assessment is supported by a stack of credentialed experts. Andrew McCabe is the former deputy director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. He knows exactly how federal probes operate. He states that the 302 form is the most basic and important brick in the wall that becomes the investigation. Representative Robert Garcia is the ranking Democrat on the House Oversight Committee.
Now let's go to this next clip, y'all. They did us all type of ways today. All type of ways today, y'all. And America just let them.
Thank you. I'm Ranking Member Robert Garcia for Oversight Democrats. I'm going to make some brief statements, as well my colleagues, and then perhaps a question or two, and then we're going to get back to the deposition. As a reminder, this deposition has now gone on for about 2 hours.
I want everybody to see and track what we're doing before we lead into our live. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Tomorrow we get an exclusive. We're just going to level this all the way up and take it to the next stream. We just giving everybody an update on what's going on, what went on today in the Epstein files. Hillary Clinton, she did her speech today. So we're just going to go ahead and continue.
2 hours plus 2.5 hours. And so that it will continue throughout the day. And so I'm going to be also respectful of not being specific, but we do have some overall statements to make. And a lot of this obviously ties into what the Secretary has already put out herself in her opening statement. Just want to begin by just clarifying and putting emphasis on something that's very important, and it's something the Secretary herself has said. Secretary Clinton never met Jeffrey Epstein. She never visited the island. She never flew on his plane. And she also had no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's horrific crime. So zero knowledge of any wrongdoing. And you've also all heard that.
But the thing is, Band-Aid gang, we know that. We know it's a bigger catch. All of this is hiding tunnels, y'all. All of this is underground work that's going underground, and they still are hiding the underground. They still are hiding what they were doing, trying to populate the United States with Epstein. See, let's not forget that. Let's not forget that we finna take y'all back to Gene Hackman's house, the underground tunnel. See, we just getting y'all ready for that. Double tap my screen, y'all. Let's go.
Directly from her. Secretary Clinton is also completely cooperating with the deposition and the committee, and is answering questions in full faith and in good faith. What is not acceptable is oversight Republicans breaking their own committee rules that they established with the Secretary and her team.
Breaking the rules that they established. I said damn.
Which you've all reported and you've seen by releasing photos. Not acceptable, and it was gracious of the Secretary and her team to continue the deposition. What we also want to say at this very moment is it's becoming more clear every single day is the questions continue to build around this DOJ and the White House and the focus of the majority. We want to understand right now where the missing FBI files are. These are files that accuse the President of the United States about serious accusations around sexual abuse. And the fact that they're not
sexual abuse. It's not anybody not paying attention to that. Hello, Lynette. Hello, Mom. Is anybody not paying attention to that? Sexual abuse of children. That should be the first thing that they jump on when it comes to have to dealing with a child. When it comes to pedos. Let's go, gang.
Files that have been apparently either removed or discarded is incredibly concerning. And so we're calling on Attorney General Pam Bondi to immediately release those files. And lastly,
here's the question right there. They should have handed them over. Why did you only hand over 3 million files that ain't and that hasn't even all been through? But why are you holding on to the rest? What? That lets you know that there's a crime. Hand them all over, gang. Not just, okay, we're going to give you half. No. That's a crime. That's a crime. cover up like with Watergate. It's a super cover up happening in our faces. Why are they holding back the other files? That's not showing you it's enough, let alone on top. It also has to do with women that were being abused.
I want to also add that this committee has now set a new precedent about talking to presidents and former presidents. And we're demanding immediately that we ask President Trump to testify in front of our committee and be deposed in front of oversight Republicans and Democrats. And that should happen immediately. He is the person that appears almost more than anyone else in the committee. And it needs to happen
more
right
than
now.
anyone
We're
else.
going to go.
You distinguish it all between president and a former president and a sitting president. I mean, is there something in there? Because they will say, wait a minute, we know.
I think. Look, I think
what the court ruled on his immunity.
we should depose the person that is mentioned in the Epstein files almost more than any other person next to Ghislaine Maxwell, and that's Donald Trump.
Did y'all hear? Other than Donald Trump, that needs to be investigated, gang. All them files need to be handed over. The country should not. America, the people, the taxpayers, that's what you pay your tax money for, right? To get the truth. And they're holding on to the truth. So if we let them do this, they gonna do us all type of ways, gang. They gonna do us all type of ways if we let them get away with this.
We're gonna have a couple of comments, and then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna answer a couple questions.
Thank you. Thank you. House Republicans need to get serious about this investigation. I understand now fully why Secretary Clinton wanted to make this deposition and her hearing public, because the reality is we're talking to the wrong person today. Who we should be talking to instead are people who are actually mentioned in the files, people who have made misleading statements about their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Earlier today, Chairman Comer mentioned being open to talking to Secretary Lutnick. Well, let's get him in. Let's talk to Secretary Lutnick instead. Let's talk to someone who is neighbors with Jeffrey Epstein, who actually associated with Jeffrey Epstein, not someone who had never ever met Jeffrey Epstein to their knowledge. And so let's try to talk about people who will help us with our investigation, and let's release the 2.5 million files so we can know who else to talk to, and so we can do.
2.5 million files are missing. 250 million files are missing. I repeat, that's a lot of files to just be sitting and not being handed over. It's also been a while since these people have went down inside of that Zorro Ranch. We want a tour what the American citizens deserve to see. The whole walkthrough of Jeffrey Epstein's property, especially when it has to do with kids. We have documentation that, guess what? That there were children that were buried on that property. Why aren't we seeing any cameras? Why aren't we seeing any action being taken? All we're doing is hearing. And what we're hearing is people that are breaking the law. Thank you, Nurse 59. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. Thank you for the super chat. Everybody, they are playing in our faces. They are playing in our faces. And the people, hey, if you just want to be Trumped out, you want to go gun-ho for Trump, that's you. Because Trump don't love you. Trump loved the kids, allegedly. Trump loved the women, allegedly. Trump loves himself, allegedly. Trump don't love you. Trump don't know you. But we got women that have been taken advantage of, raped, allegedly, sold to other countries. Sold to other countries, gang. To other higher execs. Sold. All these models that you looked at back in the days, walking down that runway. Now you can see what they was doing on them planes. Selling planes for 60, 70 million, $6 to $7 million for a plane. Planes getting out of the airspace that's carrying women, that sex trafficking is going on in. You see why they trying to hide this? See, when I go live tomorrow, so make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. After I finish off with Lex Wexner, I'm going to show you what I've been hiding on the timeline that broke all of this. See, I've been done had it. If y'all go look at my lives, we already see what these people were worshiping. These people are doing the devil's work. And you know the sad thing about it? About Epstein and Donald Trump? Is that they know it. And they have been exposed. They have been taking adrenochrome. They've been knowing about the alien agenda. And allegedly, they've been feeding our children to another species. But we know over here on this channel, because I exposed it. I'm the one that brought out the sign on what they were worshiping. Band-Aid gang, y'all make sure y'all tap in and just watch my lives, gang. We finna go ham this weekend. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And I'm putting all the pieces together so everybody can see it. See, my subscribers, my mods, we in a whole different lane than a lot of these CCs when it comes to this Epstein case. They didn't play with my channel because we spit number power. See, this man back here, Bill Clinton ain't in that blue dress for nothing, gang, right? Because Bill Clinton part of it too, right? We're not letting Bill Clinton off the chopping block because he's a Democrat, Republican. This ain't the Republican Democrat channel. This is the Justice channel. This is what's fighting for what's right. And these people have broken the law and played in our face.
Right by the victims and actually bring justice. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Congresswoman Yasemin Ansari representing Arizona.
We have let these people play in our face, Band-Aid gang. Play in our face. I promise y'all this wasn't going to be a long live. I just wanted to update people on what is going on and how we are letting these people play in our face. We will get justice. I promise you that. I will be bringing y'all an exclusive live coming up this weekend. But as we know, gang, our DOJ has broken, not my DOJ, but America's arrest, the people that want that Department of Justice that have ran off, and this woman right here sat there and lied, that should be put behind bars, along with Cash Patel, along with Les Wexner. And we just sitting there letting it happen, gang. We sitting there letting it happen. All America want is the files. We want Donald Trump to be held accountable. We want Donald Trump to speak. We want him to speak and let America know if those accusations that have been made on him are not true. If you're a stand-up person and you can hold your chin up and take it on the chin, if I didn't do it, I don't have to hide. I don't have to throw smoke screens. I don't have to have cover-ups because I'm telling the truth, right? I'm gonna face that. But when you got people running and hiding and changing the narrative, not giving over the Epstein files, look how long it took us to get the Epstein files. Absolutely, Paul G. Paul G, I'm sorry for being late, gang. They had played with my live. I seen what YouTube was doing yesterday, so I pump faked on them. Yeah, I had to pump fake on them because they've been watching me. So I had to pump fake on them. I pump faked and I came back. I did this little breaking news because I wanted to let people know, okay, I'll be on top of the shit. But tomorrow and the day after, this whole weekend, my whole gang, I'm finna open up. So I'm gonna show you all about the cannibalism. I'm gonna show you all about the reptilians. I'm gonna show you everything that you need to know. And it's gonna put us right where we need to be. And that's when everything gonna hit the fan. Watch what I tell you. By the second week, no. The middle of next week is when shit gonna hit the fan. But we gonna already been and covered it this whole weekend. Tomorrow, Friday, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We turning all the way up on this channel. Yeah, we gonna turn all the way up. We gonna turn all the way up and expose these Republicans, these Democrats, and everybody that has something to do with it. We putting them on the chopping block. See, I know what they was trying to do. I know everything that they was trying to do. I know about the Titans. I know about the Olympians. I know all of what they was trying to do. What they were trying to do. What they were trying to put on their bodies and their skin. See, we know about that type of shit over here on this channel. Yeah, I'm about to do them all type of way. I already got it on the timeline. Yo, the angel. My timeline is already ready. We're not going on this vertical. We're going to be vertical, but we're going to be horizontal too. I already got it on the timeline on the laptop, but I was just holding it for everybody because I've exposed them. And I'm going to start off with part 2 of the review with Les Wexner because we did him all type of ways. The people was like, come on back, Dub. But all that little stuff happened when they shut down the internet. So I fell back. But see, that Lex Wexner, that right there is going to be the whole exposure. See, it's Lex. See, Lex Wexner interview, once you break his interview all the way down, like I did, and I'm finna break the whole thing down in pieces. I got part 2, part 3. I'm gonna finish his whole interview. And when I show you this, after I do part 2, part 3 is not gonna come on. I'm gonna take you to what I got on the timeline. Then I'm gonna take you back to my part 3. Then I'm going to take you back to the next one. And by that time, everything going to be to hit the fan. Everything going to be to hit the fan. I predicted when the Epstein files was going to come out. I predicted all that. But see, y'all missing the whole play. I don't want to give it all to y'all. But you know what a whole play is at, Band-Aid Gang? The whole play, I'm going to give you a little bit of this tea. The whole play is off of Gene Hackman. Now, everybody go do your research. Gene Hackman is where everything is going to fall into place. Mark my words. Gene Hackman and Lex Wexner. And then I want you to bring your pen and pass, because when I dissect these people that Les Wexner yells out, because he dry snitching. See, Les Wexner dry snitched on a whole bunch of names, see. But it all gonna go back to Gene Hackman. Because Gene Hackman, I'm gonna just give you a little bit of tea, wife was looking up COVID-19. It was in her search engine. And she was looking up hantavirus and how she was unalived. Somebody came down from them tunnels and they unalived him. Now, there was a man that came over and wanted Gene Hackman and his wife to sign some papers. They wanted Gene Hackman to sign some papers. So don't forget about that plague that was blowing in people's faces, right? That made you forget your memory and everything. We're going to take that back, gang. I got it on the timeline. I believe that's what they gave to Gene Hackman. And that's what they gave to Gene Hackman. And they own his property. See, his property is what we're going to find out. Who owns that property, and it's not listed, but his children. Oh, it get deep, gang. It all goes back to Gene Hackman's house and how his wife was unalived. See, all those tunnels, even the ones that Lex Wexner were talking about, there is a underground network, and these people are feeding some type of entity children, and they're taking their adrenochrome. So y'all thought I was just gonna sit back here and play this type of game with you back and forth. Nah, I ain't gonna do that play. I ain't finna play tennis with you. I ain't no John McEnroe. I don't play no tennis. I just get straight to the facts. So in order to get everything right, you can't feed a baby steak. So I gotta break it down piece by piece. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I definitely want to thank Nurse 59, love you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys for coming in. This whole weekend we going ham, so make sure you guys hit that notification bell. All the new people that came in, hope you subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this. You know, I didn't want this to be a long live. I just got back on. I've been gone for about 2 days due to the trickery that they've been playing on the internet and how they've been playing with my channel. I usually have a lot of people in my live. Ever since they did that little reset, shit, they've been playing with my channel because I've been exposing them. So if you want to see real exposure, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you, gang. And yes, they are demons from hell. Yvonne, thank you for coming in. I can't wait for the midterms either, gang. I see you down there. I can't wait for the midterms either. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you for coming in. I want to thank everybody. Hey, thank you, Damon, all my mods. Thank you guys for holding it down. We got a busy week, so everybody be prepared. I will for sure tomorrow put the so everybody pay attention to my community post. I will have the upcoming thumbnails up so everybody can know that I'm not pump faking, that I'm going to push on this whole weekend. This our weekend. It's time to expose. Let's just pray that we get justice. Let's just pray something happen. Because it's about to be a lot of people telling us, about to be a whole lot of people dropping. And until we meet again, I know it get hard out here, but remember, we all in this together, gang. Even these people lying to us, we still in it together. With this Department of Justice lying on us, gang, we still in it together. And it's called life. And we just can't let these people get away with this. We have to keep speaking on it. So until we meet again, people, love, peace, spread a lot of love because there's too much hate in the world. I'm C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying. And I say a damn. And I'm with the Real Angel. And we beat you, Band-Aid Gang. Thank you guys for joining. Y'all tap in. We'll be on a little bit earlier tomorrow. This week gonna be cool. So I'm a truck driver. So also time goes back and forth with me because I travel from east to west, from west to east. So I also go through the time zone. So it also messes up my lives. But until then, y'all, I'm gonna keep putting my foot on their neck. And we gonna keep on dropping these gems. So be ready for the review on Lex and be ready for the secret gem that I'm about to bring out. I already showed you the signs. And if you haven't, watch my last live, y'all. It's some real gems and keys in that live if you're a newcomer. So you can kind of see how I rock my shows. I see a lot of new faces in here. So just go make sure you go check on my do your replay gang. Go check on my content and you can see how passionate I am when it comes to breaking these cases. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Make sure you double tap the screen, share this out to the people. Let's get this video in the algorithms. Let's get the likes up. And thank you guys for coming. Justice for the people. Power to the people. Justice for the children and the women. Peace. Bye.